Well, hello there, everyone. It's Salima from YOGAVISION, broadcasting to you from my home studio, just a few kilometers away from YOGAVISION studio proper. So welcome to my home, welcome to our home practice as we continue to broadcast live. My name is Salima, yoga therapist, and this is YOGAVISION online. And our mission here is to love, serve, and uplift. So if that sounds interesting to you and a place that you want to start your yoga journey or continue your yoga journey, please hit the subscribe button. We're on our way to 20,000 at this point. And if you'd like to get notifications of our live classes, hit the bell button. And in just a moment or two, we'll begin. So here, a good idea is to grab a cushion. I am sitting on a little soft thing here so that I can keep a tall, straight spine and relax my legs. You can also, you might find helpful a blanket for your knees to cushion your knees as we do a little bit of work on the hands and knees. And then you might want some water next to you so that you have a sip of water, you can grab that. So from here, we're gonna simply sit for a moment and tune into our breath, tune into ourselves, each other, and to begin our practice. So welcome everybody, nice to have you here. And it is an opportunity for us to come back to our true self.
We all know the world is in tremendous crisis.
Keeping your hands on your knees, relaxing into the breath, relaxing into your body, letting go of anything that's happened in the day so far, and giving yourself permission to be here completely. As you breathe now, drop the shoulders down. As you breathe now, lean up against your spine, and then just gently move from side to side. Feel that you are balanced between your hips, and then a little bit forward and a little bit back. Sitting up tall and straight, closing your eyes now and taking a few long, deep breaths to center, to ground, to relax, to be with what is. And as you close your eyes now, bring your conscious awareness to the universe above you. Depending on where you are in the world, you may be able to see or sense the sun in the sky, or you may be able to see, sense, feel, or imagine the moon in the sky. And here as we broadcast live, tonight is the night of a full moon, a full flower moon. It's May 7th, 2020. And this is the third of a series of supermoons. Supermoons meaning we're most visually aware of the moon at this time. Full, radiant, glowing in the night sky. In the yogic traditions, we think about the sun representing the masculine and the moon representing all that is feminine. So tune into that awareness now, the moon above us, reflecting our beauty, the beauty of the soul, the beauty of how we show up. Radiant, masterful, contained. Breathe in those qualities, characteristics, the caliber of. Put your palms together at the center of your chest. Sit up tall and straight. Focus in between the eyebrows and slightly above. We begin by tuning in with the Adi mantra, Ong Namo. Gurudev Namo, I bow to the teacher within. I call in my highest consciousness. Closing your eyes now, leaning back slightly. Take a deep inhale, draw the energy from the base of your spine all the way up to the top of your head. Exhale, concentrate in between the eyebrows. Stay here for a moment and let's take another breath. Inhale together. Exhale. Inhale and let's tune in. Om Namo Gurudev Namo Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Last one. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Inhale very deeply. I bow to the teacher within. I call in my highest consciousness. That's the meaning of this mantra. Good. And release. Release your hands down. Passive twist, looking towards the left. Inhale. And then exhale. Gently push against your legs. No force here. Gently pushing against your knees. Turn to the right. Inhale. And exhale. Moving from side to side. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Come back to center, roll the shoulders. And then switch into the opposite direction. Good. Roll the shoulders back to that first direction. And then forward, backwards, and forward. Good. Relax to center. And then bring the bottoms of your knees to bottom of your feet together for butterfly. Flapping the knees up and down, spine is straight, shoulders are relaxed. This supermoon represents a transformative experience. So now is the time, now is to take on an intention to regenerate, to recreate, to start fresh, to have a new beginning, wherever you are, however you are, in whatever aspect of your life now needs a little shake-up. Now's the time. You have the energy of the universe behind you. In ancient times, so much of our calendar was dictated by the sun and the moon. Feasts, equinoxes, celebrations, all dedicated and in many ways controlled by what our early ancestors knew about what was happening in the sky. So let us revert to that. Let us go back to a time where we could count on those bigger forces, that bigger energy, and work with that. Good. Inhale very deeply, come to center. Relax your knees down best you can in this seated position. And release. Good. From here now, take your legs all the way out and then spread them slightly so that you're coming into a V-shaped position. If you're sitting on a block or a bolster, now's a good time to release that so that you're sitting flat on the ground. And from here, we're going to be reaching from side to side. So inhale very deeply, reach up with your fingertips, and then bow forward, reach for the toes, the shins, or the knees. Inhale as you come all the way up, reach up, exhaling all the way down. Good. And don't feel limited by anything you see up here on the screen. So if it feels better to you to bend your knees, then please go ahead. If you can go a little bit further and you're reaching your toes, then please go ahead. What's important here is that you flow with the breath, inhaling as you come up, exhaling as you go down, and find a gentle way, if you're in pain, to reach into the posture. Make your best self-expression. And that's arguably what's happening out in the world around us, is that it's time for our best expression of how we parent and how we work and how we find balance between those things and also our personal care. So good on you for coming back to your mat to explore, to experience, and to set an intention for yourself. One more on each side. Inhaling very deeply, exhaling completely, come all the way down. One more, inhale and release. Good. From here, inhale, bring the fingertips all the way up. Maybe you would like to move your legs a little further apart now. Land your fingertips down as far as they'll go. We'll take 3 breaths here. Inhale very deeply. Relax your neck, relax your shoulders. Exhale completely. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale one more time. And release. Draw your fingertips back towards your body. And we'll do the same thing now, but we'll tip backwards. So bringing your hands behind you. You can leave your legs out to the sides if that feels comfortable. Or, just as I'm doing, I'm going to bring my legs back together. And then as I press down into my palms, I have an opening in my chest. So lift the chin all the way up and breathe here. Take 3 breaths. Open your heart. And then relax back. Come back to center and then bring yourself back into a cross-legged position, coming all the way forward for Sufi grinds. Inhaling as you come all the way forward and exhaling as you circle all the way to the back. I find this to be one of my most favorite Kundalini yoga movements. It is calming, it's relaxing, it feels like a moving meditation. And after a few turns, you'll find yourself feeling a little more stable, a little more relaxed, a little more in tune with the breath. Inhaling as you come forward, exhaling as you roll to the back. Inhale, come to center, hold here, and exhale, we're moving in the opposite direction. Inhale here and exhale completely. Swing your legs around. We'll do a couple more movements and then start the Kriya itself. So I'm going to turn onto my side so that you can see, take a different look at the angles that I'm using here. Press your hands down into the mat just underneath your shoulders. From here, turn your toes over and lift your knees up. We're going to take 3 breaths in this posture, so just hovering the knees. So the toes are turned over, so you have a good platform to shift your weight onto. Your hands are pressed firmly down, fingers are open. Take a deep inhale now. Lift up your knees and take 3 breaths. Inhale very deeply. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Lower your knees down. Take a moment here. Turn your ankles in circles so you have created a little bit of flexibility back here. And we'll do that one more time. So turn the toes over, pressing into the toes, pressing into your palms. Inhale, lift up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And release. Good. So a little shake from side to side now. So bringing your right hip towards the right shoulder, and then same thing on the opposite side. So just swaying from side to side, allowing a little bit of flexion and bending in the spine. Turn your toes over, lift your knees up. We're coming into downward dog. Here, holding steady for 1 minute, breathing deeply. Pressing your hands down firmly into the mat, fingers are wide apart, and then bringing your feet down flat as you can, breathing deeply here. creating a shift of circulation, creating a little bit of pressure on all of the internal organs, and preparing for our practice. You can start to lift one heel at a time, so toes are down, lifting one heel at a time. Inhale here, press back into your heels best you can, and then slowly lower your knees down and bring yourself into child's pose. So all the way down, forehead is towards the ground. If you can reach the ground, great. Otherwise, you can stack one fist on top of the other and rest your forehead down here. Be very loose and relaxed in your back. You can also bring a cushion or a pillow underneath your hands. Just stay here, take another couple of breaths. Today we're celebrating with our practice, celebrating the full supermoon, the flower moon. And to do that, the Kriya for today is for beauty, to make us enchantingly beautiful. I think the moon is so beautiful, and I think you're so beautiful. Let's begin our practice now. Come onto your knees and onto your heels. Press your hands down onto the mat in front of your knees. So we're here in a little bit of a crouching position, and so not quite a tabletop and not quite a squat, but rather to sit on the heels and on the knees. Here, if your knees are sensitive, you can bring a blanket underneath your knees, and here we begin spinal flex. So we've done spinal flex a lot in Kundalini Yoga. Here now in this position, inhale, pressing the spine forward, exhaling as you round the spine towards the back or the wall behind you. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. Take your time. We're now strengthening and lengthening the spinal column. We're preparing the spine for movement of energy. Take your time now. Go at your own pace. You might be seeing something on screen that's a little faster or a little slower than how you would like to move, so please adjust accordingly. Remember, you can do this in a chair. You can do this in a cross-legged position, so if on the knees doesn't work at all, you simply modify. Do your best to stay in the spirit of the movement. The spirit of the movement here is to keep flexing the spine. You can even do this standing. Last two. And last one. Come to center here. Take a breath. And exhale. Bring yourself back onto your heels. And then softly rearrange your seated position. So we're going to stay here in rock pose, and you can make this a little more comfortable by bringing a pillow underneath your heels so that you have a little cushion to sit on. You can also tuck a block in between your legs, so again you have a little bit of support. And the other option is to come back to cross-legged. So all of those options are great. It depends on how you are and how you're feeling and what works best for your body. Now I'm going to turn to the side so that you can see what I'm doing here. So here's my pillow resting on top of my heels, so I have a little bit of cushion. And then interlace your fingers interlacing the fingers. Bring this mudra behind your back, and then lift your arms up as high as you can. So chest is lifted, chin is lifted, and arms are up as high as you can. We're not here for too long, so close your eyes now, breathe steady, breathe deeply. Notice the opening in your body, opening of the heart. And feel as though you are shining your light back to the moon. Inhale very deeply, lifting the arms as high as you can. And then softly bring your neck back to center. Release your hands back down to the small of your back. And then relax your hands completely out of the posture. Keep your hands on your thighs now. Close your eyes. Be here for just a moment, quietly contemplating and observing your own experience. From here, swing your legs around. We're moving on to the next part of our Kriya. And here we'll get creative with the movements as well. From here, you'll be sitting onto your buttocks with your legs in front of you. So soles of your feet are out in front. And again, we're not here for too long, but it is important to find the spirit of the exercise. I'm going to come into a side profile so you can see what I'm doing here. From here, tipping back so that you feel comfortable on the higher part of your buttocks. And then I'll show you lots of different versions. So you can bring your hands underneath your knees, and here you can hover your knees, your feet above the ground. That's option number one. Option number two is to bring the legs up, the shins are up so that they're parallel to the ground, and you can see I'm holding with balance. And then option number three is to bring your legs all the way up, holding here, and you can even bring your hands down by your side if you have some more power in your body right now. Otherwise, hold yourself steady. You can take whatever option that works best for you. We're not here for too long. Breathe deeply, close your eyes, be here completely. Be with the wobbles and the shakes. That's the most important part. This is how we reset the nervous system. We add a little stress, we add a little change and a dynamic of movement that is not part of our day-to-day. And that's really where the change and the energy of transformation comes from, is doing and altering our movements and our thinking and our belief system so that we find ourselves in a fresh perspective. This is the yoga of awareness, the consciousness that we can cultivate in our human experience. Breathe deeply now. I'm going to lower my legs down. I'll show you option number two. Last few breaths. And then from here, drop your feet all the way down to the mat. Now you can stay right here with the feet right on the mat, so you've got the ground below you. Or the second expression of this posture is to lift the feet up. So you're holding steady here. Knees can be together and hands can be wrapped around the knees, or they can be under the knees, whatever you find most comfortable. And then hold and breathe here. So feet are hovering above the ground, or you've set the feet down right to the mat and you're holding steady here. Breathe deeply. Putting a little bit of pressure now on the digestive organs. And when the digestion works well, skin feels good, skin is clear, everything is flowing. And so we're doing all of that. We're massaging internal organs, we're holding a posture steady and allowing for a little bit of compression. Let's give a little shout out to all our yogis around the world who are tuning in. We've recently received emails from Germany, from Boston, from California, from all parts of Asia, from Brazil, from Bali. I want to thank you all for sending your love across the world. You know we're having impact. You know you have an impact. And your emails are so uplifting. Thank you for that. We're almost here. Taking the last few breaths. Your steadiness on your mat is also an indicator of your steadiness everywhere else. So how you are on the mat is how you are everywhere. And so as you practice, it gives you, gives me, gives all of us a chance to understand where we are and how we come to things. So use this as an example, as a symbol of how you can show up everywhere. Steady, grounded, committed, practicing. Good, inhale here. And then exhale, extend the legs all the way out in front. So legs are out in front. And now we'll hold one more static posture. So inhale very deeply here. And then exhale, reach for your toes, the shins, or the knees. Wherever you reach is perfect. Hold here. We're going to be here for just a couple of minutes, so not too long, but just long enough so that you start to feel an opening in the back of your body, feel an opening and a relief in your glutes, your hamstrings. And then also notice that this posture is a sign of humbleness, a willingness to let go of control and to trust the greater picture of what's showing up for us. Close your eyes, breathe deeply. Stay exactly where you are, and maybe this time you can reach out a little further. So maybe you're holding onto your toes now, maybe onto your ankles or your shins, or maybe it's time for you to roll your shoulders back and come up a little higher. Whichever one you've chosen, that's perfect. Stay right here. And the sound, will be introducing now a sound into this posture. And the sound is hum, H-U-M, hum. It means we. So we're creating a unifying factor here. Hum. Let's begin now. Hum. Slowly, gracefully, with control, come all the way back to a tall, straight spine. And then bring your legs back into a cross-legged position, or keep them extended, whatever you find comfortable. I'm going to grab my cushion again so that I'm sitting comfortably and have support as I sit. Close your eyes now. And allow all of those changes that we've introduced to work through you. Just close your eyes and be here. As you lay your hands down into your mat, bring the first thumbs to touch, both thumbs to touch. Close your eyes now, and this is also a meditation for the full moon, using the mantra Sa Ta Na Ma, mental sound of Sa Ta Na Ma. Close your eyes and chant Sa Ta Na Ma, Sa Ta Na Ma, Sa Ta Na Ma. So quietly in your mind, continue the mantra. These sounds mean universe, life, death, rebirth. So in the spirit of the full moon, giving us an opportunity to rebirth, to renew, to reconfigure, to re-examine. Any of those words that start with R-E in the English language, to do again. Last few rounds. Sa, ta, na, ma. 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 Last round. Sa, ta, na, ma. Press your palms together at the center of your chest. Sit up tall and straight. Focus in between the eyebrows and slightly above. We close our practice now with a long Sat short Nam and grounding the energy with our hands and our forehead to the ground. Inhale very deeply. Lean up against your spine. Inhale from all four directions. Exhale. Inhale. Let's complete the practice. Sat Nam. Please ground yourself, forehead and palms to the ground. I bow in reverence to you, my brothers and sisters. Thank you for showing up to practice. Thank you for being here under the light of the full moon to be together, to use this as an opportunity for transformation, to acknowledge the earth, the wind, the fire, the water, the ethers, and that we all come from this elemental experience. Sat Nam. See you all very soon. And as always, like and subscribe.